Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this weekend.
Good evening and thank you for watching News 8 Now this weekend. I'm Allison Fergit. Riverfest 2025's four-day celebration of music, food, and family wrapped up last night. Saturday featured a car show, cornhole tournament, and plenty of family entertainment. The festival closed with performances by Sunshine Drive and Boogie and the Yo-Yos. Volunteers are now restoring the park after a busy weekend.
We have lots of volunteers down here. They've been here since about 6, 7 o'clock this morning helping us. Setup takes a lot longer, but tearing it down is quick and easy.
This was the city's 42nd Riverfest after originally starting in 1983. Former Coulee Region lacrosse players picked up the sticks again today. The Lacrosse Lightning alumni, fittingly named the Thunder, took on the current Lightning lacrosse high school team in a heated match. Head coach Joshua Vandenberg says today's game is all about growing the sport and strengthening the lacrosse community.
Everything that we're doing right now is about trying to grow the sport. This is one of those great events to do that, where we can get alumni commingling with some of the players who are currently playing and will be playing in the next years.
This is the second alumni game. Last year, the Thunder took down the current team by 2 goals, and they were able to defend their title this year, beating the high schoolers 5-4. The 122nd St. Charles Homecoming Picnic took place this afternoon in Genoa. From 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., families and friends gathered for the annual celebration, which aims to bring together parishioners and community members. The event was free to attend and included raffles, bingo, and kids' games.
This started out as a picnic, church picnic for all the parishioners, and it has turned into a big homecoming time for people that used to go here and come back, and it's families that come back and use it as a reunion time, and it's a fundraiser for our parish and our school.
The homecoming also offered chicken Q meals with a special connection to the area's historic Italian immigrants. The meal included homemade risotto recipe that has been passed down through many generations.
We had a beautiful end to the weekend after we had to deal with some rain yesterday that might have altered your plans a little bit. I'm sure you got to have a great day to enjoy any outdoor plans today once they got moved a little bit later in the weekend. Here's our highs today: 86 in La Crosse, 84 in Eau Claire. Overall, fairly similar to where we were yesterday, although that humidity was significantly less, so it felt much more comfortable out there, and it's going to continue to feel fairly comfortable, or at least fairly seasonable as we go throughout the rest of the evening hours. Mostly sunny right now in La Crosse, 86 degrees, and because of that fairly comfortable dew point in the low 60s, it's feeling like 86 to go right along with that. In Eau Claire, 83, feeling like 84 even with that low dew point and mostly sunny skies. We're going to continue to see this trend go into the rest of the evening with very comfortable July-like temperatures over the next few hours, most likely staying in the low 80s for La Crosse until that sun sets. Then we'll be dipping down into the upper 70s with some light winds out there. We could see a few clouds moving into the overnight areas, but really the main story going into the morning is going to be the low possibility to see some patchy fog to start out your weekly morning commute on Monday. Otherwise, we have a very summer-like week ahead of us. It's finally going to feel like July out there, so I'll have all the details in a little bit.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Nicole. Well, it's an old game taking a new foothold in the U.S. News 8 Now's chief photographer, Chuck Oatsma, takes us to Eau Claire for a look at Cube in today's eyepiece.
Cube's an old Nordic game. You have these wooden blocks, those are the cubes. What you have to do is you have these wooden batons and you try to knock over those blocks with the batons. The king is in the middle. He's kind of like the 8 ball, so if you knock him over during the game, you lose. You have to wait till you've cleared all the cubes on your opponent's field.
It's a pretty interesting game with the way the blocks go, and then obviously having those batons as well, so it's interesting, but it's a good time for sure being out here and seeing how the game works.
Yep. All the people, like the atmosphere, like this sport is just so welcoming and inviting, and it's just everybody's just friends with each other, and it's really fun.
It's just kind of crazy that like a lawn game can bring so many people to one place. But I mean, it's a lot of fun. Like once you get playing it, like it's kind of addicting.
Ask everybody that's coming up right now. Ask John right here in the blue tank top. It's just a yard game. See what he says. It's more than that. It's literally here in Eau Claire, I'm just being honest with you, like, it's what we do. Like, it's kind of a way of life. Like, there's something special about this game. The saying is, it takes you like 10 minutes to learn and like a lifetime to enjoy.
If you want to learn more about Coupe, the U.S. National Championship is in Eau Claire, July 11th through the 13th.
For you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
At Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics, our goal is to help you and your pet in times of need. We specialize in the gold standard for cruciate ligament repair, the TPLO.
I was amazed to see Bear up and running again so soon. They really took good care of him.
Piper had TPLO surgery and is already running again weeks later.
Fetch made possible, one knee at a time. Contact Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics for an orthopedic consultation today.
Shop Wisconsin's best deals at Black River Furniture Outlet. Find unbeatable prices on sectionals, big or small, to fit every home. Great savings on Ashley sofas and love seats. Style and comfort at a price you'll love. Check out our wide selection of reclining and power furniture, plus custom options from Best Home Furnishings. Experience top-tier comfort with Catnapper Furniture, where relaxation is key. Black River Furniture Outlet, your upholstery headquarters. Family values, veteran-owned, and no corporate hassle. Open 7 days a week in Black River Falls, Wisconsin.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will be at the White House Monday. President Trump plans to talk with Netanyahu about ending the war in Gaza. Trump says that he will be, quote, very firm with him in discussions. The president has made clear he wants to see the war in Gaza conclude and the hostages held by Hamas released. Trump has said they will also discuss last month's U.S. strikes on Iran. At least 8 people were hurt after a shooter opened fire at a Philadelphia nightclub earlier today. 5 men and 3 women are in stable condition and are expected to survive. Authorities say the shooting happened after an argument outside the club that initially involved knives. Police said one of the security guards on duty admitted to firing a gun. Investigators are looking at surveillance video to determine how many shooters were involved. No word yet on any of the suspects or arrests. Authorities say the death toll in the devastating Texas flooding has risen to at least 80, including 28 children. The urgent search continues for the missing. CBS News correspondent Karen Hua has the latest.
For first responders in Kerr County, Texas, it's been a harrowing weekend of searching and rescuing in the wake of early morning 4th of July floods.
We will continue to our search efforts until everybody is found.
Officials say the death toll throughout the state has climbed to at least 70 and 41 remain missing. Multiple campers from Camp Mystic, the girls' summer camp in Kerr County, are among the missing.
I had the opportunity yesterday to visit Camp Mystic and get to see firsthand what happened there, as well as all the way downstream after that. And it was nothing short of horrific to see what those young children went through.
Officials evaded questions from reporters Sunday as to why the campers weren't evacuated sooner.
One of the questions that still hasn't been answered 3 days into this is, despite TEM's warning on July 2nd and July 3rd that something like this could have happened, that the threat existed, why that information didn't get down to the camps and why they weren't evacuated. Can you answer that now?
That is a great question, but again, we want to make sure that we continue to focus. We still have 11 missing children that we want to get reunited with our families. Until we can get reunited with our families, we are not going to stop until we do. So, thank you.
Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem is leading the federal disaster response.
We do know the #1 priority now is people, is making sure we're finding people as fast as possible.
In addition to the children's summer camp, RV parks along the river were filled with people on vacation for the 4th of July. They had no warning a wall of water was coming their way. Karen Hua, CBS News, Kerrville, Texas.
Still ahead, how exposure to pollution doesn't just damage your lungs, but your heart, too.
And right after the break, I'm going to have a full look at our week forecast ahead of us. Summer is finally here. I'll have all the details coming up right after the break.
I did know that back pain, foot pain come along with the job of waiting tables, but since getting the arch supports from the Good Feet store, I have had no pain. I'm more positive. It's like opening up a whole new life, like sunshine coming out.
See how we can help you too at the Good Feet store.
Create your ultimate outdoor living space and get an 11% rebate at Menards. We have the largest in-stock selection of concrete landscape blocks and HC2 pressure-treated lumber and decking, ready to take home today. Plus, we make designing and buying your project a breeze with our free, easy-to-use design programs. Hurry in today and get an 11% rebate on all decking and landscaping block now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
To everyone who finds joy in a great meal, we can't wait to see you again at Culver's.
What makes us happy is making you happy. We want every meal to be filled with big bite moments.
Lick the spoon moments.
And even get your hands off my cheese curds moments.
They're just too good to share.
From the juiciest bites to the sweetest scoops.
We're all about bringing people together over delicious food.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. It's a little pill with a big story to tell. I take once daily, Jardiance, at each day start. As time went on, it was easy to see I'm lowering my A1C.
And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine, which can be fatal. Stop Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, trouble breathing, or increased ketones. Jardiance may cause dehydration that can suddenly worsen kidney function and make you feel dizzy, lightheaded, or weak upon standing. Genital yeast infections in men and women, urinary tract infections, low blood sugar, or a rare life-threatening bacterial infection between and around the anus and genitals can occur. Call your doctor right away if you have fever or feel weak or tired and pain, tenderness, swelling, or redness in the genital area. Don't use if allergic to Jardiance. Stop use if you have a serious allergic reaction. Call your doctor if you have rash, swelling, difficulty breathing, or swallowing. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Jardiance is really swell, the little pill with a big story to tell.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Exposure to pollution doesn't just damage your lungs, but your heart too. A study published by the Radiological Society of North America found people exposed to air pollution over a long period of time had scarring of their heart tissue, which is an early warning sign of heart failure. Common sources of pollution include vehicle exhaust, industrial emissions, and wildfire smoke. Eating inflammatory foods while pregnant could raise the risk that a child will develop diabetes. A study published by the British Medical Journal looked at expectant mothers who ate inflammatory foods like red and processed meat, sugary drinks, and deep-fried foods. They found that a diet heavy in these foods can raise the risk of a child developing type 1 diabetes by as much as 16%. The COVID pandemic disrupted not only millions of lives, but also health care for other types of diseases. According to a study published in the British Medical Journal, mental health disorders, stroke and heart disease, and malaria in young children all shot up during the COVID pandemic. The study shows how treatment for other illnesses can be neglected during a major health crisis. Well, here in the Coulee region, it seems like a pretty perfect July day, not a bad one at all if you can stand the heat. But will this seasonable weather last? Let's send it over to Nicole for the answer.
Well, time is flying by, and if you forgot the date on the calendar, you'll know just by stepping outside that it is July, and it's going to feel like July for the rest of the week. Not really tracking any abrasively warm temperatures, but very seasonable nonetheless, so that will be putting us in the 80s almost every single day across the area. A couple rain chances coming up as well, but really nothing too significant, or at least very heavy rainfall tracking quite yet, maybe a little bit later in the week, but for now it's looking like we have a very summer-like week ahead of us. So let's take a look at our sky tracker. Starting off tomorrow morning, we could see some patchy areas of fog across the area when you're waking up because of the humidity that we have been dealing with this weekend. Otherwise, a lot of that should be burning off fairly quickly on in the day, and then we'll be left with partly sunny, partly cloudy skies going throughout the afternoon hours. Could see some pop-up showers just along and south of I-90, but overall, it's really looking like we're going to be staying dry throughout the day on Monday. Once we go into Monday night, though, then all of our attention attention is really going to be shifting off to the west. We have a system that will be bringing remnants out from the Dakotas, getting into our area, possibly into the earlier overnight period for Monday. This could be a little bit early, though. The timing on when exactly we could see these showers moving in is still a little bit up in the air, but it will be later into the nighttime Monday. And then whether or not it stays around going into Tuesday, again, it really looks like it starts to break up. And so a lot of it should either be starting to dissipate or at least moving out of the area as we get into early Tuesday morning. And that's really the only rain chance that we have going on until we get later into the week time. Here's a look at our precipitation chances for the next 7 days. Monday night going into Tuesday is what we just looked at with those remnants coming out from the west. Otherwise, maybe a couple nighttime chances going into Tuesday and Thursday night. Really, our next main chance really holds off until about Friday and Friday night, where we could see some thunderstorms moving throughout the area, and then maybe seeing some remnants of that pulling over into next weekend as well. Otherwise, as far as temperature, or before that, this is the rain totals that we have through Friday. Again, really nothing heavy overall. A lot of this really actually looks like will fall on Friday, so the rest of the week have very little in the form of rain. Overall, for the entire week, looking at around an inch, maybe an inch and a half for some places. That get some thunderstorm activities going into Friday. But as far as temperatures go, very, very, very seasonable. Here's that average line for our average high this time of year, 85 on this white line. And you can see we're hugging that throughout the entirety of the week. Really, the warmest day that we have overall is going to be Thursday, and even then, we're only going to be a degree or two above average. So still warm nonetheless, but that seasonable warmth that comes as we get towards July. This is the warmest time of the year. We get a little bit of a break from the warmth for our overnight lows. A lot of the area has been staying in the 70s overnight, but tonight looking a little bit more mild, mostly clear out there as well. 66 for your low in La Crosse, 62, a little bit cooler in Eau Claire. And then tomorrow's highs to start the week off right on par with our average. 85 in La Crosse, 82 in Eau Claire. Low rain chances again, maybe a few pop-up showers near and south of I-90, and then a couple clouds out there, but otherwise it's looking like a very nice start to the week. Mostly sunny out there, or at least plenty of sunshine to go around. Maybe some AM morning showers pulling over into Tuesday, but other than that, we're looking to stay, for the most part, pretty dry throughout the week. Maybe a little bit warmer on Thursday, and then Friday will be the main day that we're tracking for that thunderstorm chance. But really, really nice forecast, looking a lot like July.
Oh no, I will definitely take this. This looks like one of our best forecasts in a while.
I think so, yeah.
You know, we just can't get rid of all those storms, but it's the summer, so it's to be expected.
Exactly.
All right, thank you, Nicole. And coming up next in sports, the return of Big Woo. Brandon Woodruff makes it on the mound for Milwaukee for the first time since 2023. Kate has the highlights after the break.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
I never knew fudge could be so dandy. Pop in to Valley Fudge and Candy.
Whether you're chasing early morning trout or trolling for walleye at dusk, Fleet Farm's got the fishing gear you need at the best prices guaranteed. Like Zebco's Rome Blue Spincast Reel, on sale for $29.99. The Okeechobee Fat Soft Side Gear Bag is now only $19.99. And Reef Runner's Flash Shad Lipless Crankbaits are just 2 for $17. Turn bites into bragging rights with the right gear from Fleet Farm. And check out all our weekly deals at fleetfarm.com.
For over 40 years, La Crosse Glass and Overhead Door has been the go-to company for anything glass and door. We offer a large stock inventory of CEHI garage doors to help you find the perfect fit. As a locally owned business, we take pride in our work and always get the job done. From commercial glass and glazing to residential glass and CEHI garage doors, we have the experience and expertise to help you. Call or visit our website today.
Jolivet Family Farms Homegrown Goodness. Stop by today for some homegrown raspberries available in the market. Check for availability. Come see all that we have. Kohlrabi, onions, baby red potatoes, carrots, popcorn, and so much more. Find distinctive crafts and decor. Take home some cookies, breads, bars, or pies from our homemade bakery. There is no substitute for homegrown freshness. Open daily year-round. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
be so dandy. Pop in to Valley Fudge and Candy.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Kate Overton.
We've got another day of Legion baseball down in Viroqua. A little rain yesterday caused some schedule changes, but great weather today for the Pete Swanson Memorial Tournament. Let's go to the Park Bowl. A crazy one this afternoon as the Westby Bandits were facing off with the Prairie du Chien Grasshoppers, tied up in the third inning, but with a runner on, Devin Nedlin lines it out to right field. It's off the glove. That scores a run as the Bandits go up 1. Still 2-1 in the 6th, but with the bases loaded, Noah Pedretti lines it through into left field. That scores 2 runs. It's part of a 4-run inning. Grasshoppers up 3, but the Bandits would fight back. Bottom of the 7th, and Ben Rathel delivers. He gets a base hit into the outfield. That scores Nedlin. This game would go into extra innings. 8th inning, Grasshoppers take the lead, but Westby answers. Griffin Nelson goes to the opposite field. That scores another run. Let's play another. Top of the 9th, runner on third for Cale Koenig. He sends it high and deep to center field. Should be deep enough to score a run, and it is. Prairie goes in front, but Westby would answer again. Let's go to the 11th inning. Pedretti at the plate again, and he's going to single again. Another RBI. The Grasshoppers would score 3 in the top of the 11th as they win a crazy one, 10-8 in 11 innings. And an important one in the MLB today. Not only were the Brewers going for another series win, but today is the return of Brandon Woodruff. The two-time All-Star hasn't pitched for the Brewers since September of 2023. So let's go there. 652 days since he last pitched, but picked up right where he left off. First batter he faces, and Woody gets the strikeout. A good start for him. How about the offense? Brewers looking to give some run support, and Jackson Chourio has just the thing. How about a 2-run shot over the left field wall? Milwaukee goes up 2. 5th inning, Woody's still pitching, but makes a mistake here. Leaves it over the plate for Herberto Hernandez, and he makes him pay. Just a solo shot. Miami still trails, and Woodruff was unfazed. Very next batter. How about another strikeout? 6 innings pitched, just 2 hits and 8 strikeouts for Big Woo. In his return, McGill would close it out. Brewers get the win 3-1 and are officially at 50 wins on the season. You got to love a comeback story. I mean, 652 days since he's pitched.
Yeah.
He comes in here and looks like an all-star.
Yeah, it looks like he didn't take any sort of break. I mean, what a way to come back to. I mean, obviously, I'm sure he would love a no-hits game, but really a great
I bet
comeback.
a lot of Brewer fans were hoping he would make his return in Milwaukee, but
yeah,
I mean, you just got to be happy that he's back on the mound. I wasn't even expecting this great of a game from him.
No.
I just wanted to see him on the mound and pitching again.
Well, and pitching 6 innings too, like that just shows that he has the endurance.
He's ready.
And he can, he's ready for it. I'm glad that they didn't rush his return either. Let him really fully heal, which is great to see.
Awesome. We'll have more weather when we come back.
Perkins, $5.99 gets you the best breakfast value in America. Get a fresh cracked egg, crispy bacon, and 2 pancakes for just $5.99. The hungrier you are, the better it gets. The Great American Trio, only at Perkins.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Call to donate today.
You're young, but your bathroom is old. I get it. I visit my kids, grandkids, my precious great-grandkids. Doesn't fit their lifestyle. Not safe. old and ugly. You'll be amazed at the transformation you can make in just a few days. New tub and shower with all new fixtures, new toilet, new sink and vanity, new flooring, at an investment much less than you might think. Call the Board Store Home Improvements today for a prompt free estimate on your new bathroom.
At US Cellular, we created an event to celebrate our customers, like Luana here, called Us Days.
Yeah, they give us special rewards and exclusive deals and everything. It almost feels like we're part of a cool club together.
Sure does.
Slide Connect. Woo, woo, woo. Hug, shake.
Us Days just got bigger. All customers get a free phone with no trade-in.
At Perkins, $5.99 gets you the best breakfast value in America. Get a fresh cracked egg, crispy bacon, and 2 pancakes for just $5.99. The hungrier you are, the better it gets. The Great American Trio, only at Perkins.
E.T. takes you where no one else can.
Woo, baby, it's an E.T. exclusive.
Welcome to the set of Bridgerton here in the UK.
I have some questions.
Get closer to Hollywood's biggest stars.
Everybody should be invited. With exclusives. What do you do when you rest?
I make movies.
The
moment you walk in here, it's a show.
Night.
You want to get on that? Let's do it. Let's give it a whirl.
Only on E.T.
Weeknights at 6:30 on News 8.
Well, let's just keep the 4th of July festivities going. Maybe get the grill out again tomorrow. It's going to be the perfect day for it. I could do for a hot dog or a burger right now, especially when we have weather like this. July warmth, not really hot nonetheless, but warmth, perfect grilling weather.
They were grilling down at the ball field this afternoon. I could smell it. Oh my gosh, I wanted to get something so bad.
That's the worst kind of torture.
Yeah.
No, for real, for real.
All right, well, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you tonight at 10.